I'm just taking off for a 3-day trip around Timor. I'm heading out first to Bacau along the north coast, and then I'll head south and around in a loop back up again to the eastmost point for day 2 and back to Dili for day 3. That's the plan. It may well evolve over the time, but just to see a little bit of more of the countryside, change from Dili. The first hour or so of riding was familiar territory from the Laklaba trip. On that trip, I'd headed south from Manatutu, but this time I struck out further east to Bacau before heading south. There's something quite attractive about the traditional Timor building techniques. There's a good few hours of riding on day 1 through varying landscapes, including plenty of oceanside riding, which was great. But you can't take your attention off the road itself. There's always an obstacle or 12 in your path. Pretty decent condition roads for the most part along the north coast. Did I say quality roads? A lapse in attention would still be deadly. I don't know that I'd ever quite get used to the just chunks missing from otherwise decent roads. Keeps things interesting, I guess. I was thankful for a bit of rain that just brought the temperature down a few degrees. Got to Bacau without incident, but from there found that I didn't have data on my mobile phone in order to navigate the last few steps to the accommodation for the night. Pretty much followed my nose and thankfully found my way to where I was headed. Doterra is a beautiful little retreat. Ita could say hello to my video.
Hello.
She's my host for the night. She's the manager at this place. It's just a spectacular little garden haven. Wandering through a carefully orchestrated array of plants, each labelled carefully and precisely. There's a kitchen facility there through the greenery in the middle of the compound. And there's 3 plants throughout. Thought and creativity go into planning this, I think. Well, just ran into a spider's nest. Hello. Can you say hello for my video?
Vele.
All of these roofs are done in the traditional manner, overlaying. I think it might be palm. Oh, yes, but I'm not certain about that. And just over here, there's a viewing platform where Ita has agreed to provide breakfast at dawn because apparently it has a great view of the sunset. Take a look up at the late afternoon view. Overlook the neighbour's paddock. It's just grown this community rice farming. So that is there. And in the distance, the ocean. This will be where I have breakfast. Over there, that roof. Nice veranda. With my bedroom. And I've got the pink bed because it has a mosquito net. So that's where I'm staying for tonight, and then tomorrow I'll head on doing a loop through to the south side of Timor and up and around to the far east. Changed plans and decided to stay today where I stepped last night. It's just a beautiful, peaceful place. While I'm waiting for my motorbike to turn up, this seems as good a place as any. A bit of time on my hands called for a walk down to the beach.
The pumpkin mixed with the spinach leaf from here, and then we have how to say the vegetable moringa leaf, sweet leaf, and mixed with the sweet potato leaf.
Yeah.
And we have rice, Timor-Leste rice. We have red rice mixed with the white rice and mixed with the moringa leaf. Here, this place everything moringa. And this is the fish, the fresh fish.
Fantastic. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Obrigado. The next morning I was up before dawn to get some video footage of the sunrise. It was just spectacular. The cloud cover muted the effect of a naked sunrise and just gave a really peaceful, gentle start to the day. Need to kickstart it. Okay, bye. It's okay to be on the road itself. Retracing my steps was a whole lot easier than navigating to here a couple of nights previously. Nonetheless, the very first priority was to find another SIM card that would work a little bit better in regional Timor-Leste. So 15 minutes or so of riding back into central Baucau. Still managed to find myself heading the wrong way up a one-way street with some help from the locals yelling at me to confirm that that was not a good idea, and then cut through a bit of gravel back on my way. On my bike, my GSA, I've got a handlebar mount for the phone, so my turn-by-turn directions are visual and easy. It goes through the helmet as well. But on this bike, I had to keep pulling over to check my phone and see if I was heading in the right direction on the static Google Maps. Head past that roundabout a couple of times while I backtrack and discover that I'm really not heading where I need to be. Here's another check, another stop, another discovery that I've overshot the mark. I was sure I needed to turn at that roundabout, but it's got a one-way sign and I just had me confused. Maybe it's down this laneway? Not looking promising. Hello. Bon dia. I'm just trying to get to there, and I came up through there, but that's one way.
Yes.
So I tried coming down here, but there's no road there.
Yes. Ah, you can cross there, no problem.
So I can go down there,
Yes.
but it says no way. It says it's that way only.
No. For bike.
Oh,
it's
okay. Right. Okay.
Okay. For car,
Okay.
it's, can't, but for bike, it's
Okay. Lovely.
two ways for
Thank
bike.
Okay. Thank you. There's that roundabout yet again, and it turns out I just ignore the no entry sign. And all my Christmases have come at once. Here is a store that can sell me data that will work in the country. It's amazing what a confidence difference it makes to have data connectivity. The road south climbs quickly into the hills, and you can see the foliage change as we climb. Still constant opportunities to stop and take photos. At their best, these roads are not a patch on the North Coast Road through Timor-Leste. But the obstacle course has a charm all of its own. There's a natural allure to pushing through the cadence and rhythm of these roads as quick as possible. So while a lot of this footage is sped up, it probably should come with a content warning for my mum not to watch while I'm riding. This pleasantly quality tarmac will be punctuated with a veritable Morse code of gravel and mud and potholes. It took me a while to figure out why there are so many dead dogs strewn across these roads. It turns out that they just enjoy a snooze on the warmth of the sun-baked tarmac. Thankfully not dead at all. Heading higher into the hills, the road narrows further and is mostly now gravel. Although I suspect some of these sections are being prepared for tarmac. There's some really spectacular views nearing the highlands. I couldn't get a handle on the rhyme or the reason, but there certainly were patches of roadworks happening in and amongst tens of kilometres of really bad road. Not sure why one section would get particular attention, but there you go. There really is a poetry about a motorbike on a winding country road. More roadworks. Not sure what this section of road has over any of the other really rough roads that need work, but I guess every bit helps. The mud is super slidey and slippery. This is about the highest that the road goes, and just over the crest of this hill started to see the first of the Southern Ocean views. There's plenty of opportunity to drop a bike on these steep declines with rocky, creviced roads. Thankfully, no incidents. Just stunning views, but really need to keep most of my attention on the gravel rather than the ocean. Still constantly surprised at what excitement it generates just to see a white guy in these remote parts. It actually leaves me feeling like a bit of an imposter because I'm not that exciting. But regardless, it's a lovely thing to be able to give a moment of joy to a small group of people. Usually the best way to deal with a pothole is to avoid it. Sometimes that takes more effort than other times.
There's pretty much no limit to what the locals will transport on their scooters. This waterfall's a popular spot for a photo. I think I'll join in. Excitement oozing from these girls. I hadn't quite figured out why at that point. Of course, what could top a photo with a random white guy? Hey girls, I'm gonna need that phone back. What are they doing? For all I know, they could be in my internet banking or anything. Come on, it's time. I need to go.
You're welcome. Obrigado.
Finally.
All done?
It only dawned on me as I pulled away that in fact they'd taken a gazillion photos on my phone and were transferring them all by Apple AirDrop to their own phone. Often a bit uncertain of where I'm going, time to pull over, pull my phone out of my pocket and check the map. It doesn't take long for one, and then two, and then 3 and 4 and 5 people to gather when there's a white guy in the area.
Okay. Thank you. Obrigado.
Obrigado. Nada. Nada. Nada por nada.
Really not sure about the engineering of some of these roads. I'd made about half the progress by this point that I expected, and was beginning to wonder what I was going to do for accommodation for the night. No tent until my bike arrives. That story will have to wait for part 2 of this video. Stay tuned.